Just take a deep breath and relax. It's time to drift down to a comfortable place. We're going to do a full body scan to move through every aspect of your physical body and move you into your spiritual self. In your spiritual self, the negative self image and negative thoughts about yourself simply aren't there. They can't come with you. So it leaves you a clear, fresh place to ride upon your brain, ride upon your thoughts and your mind, and to return to who you truly are. So as you begin to drift down, you can feel your weight on that surface beneath you, just settling down into it. And each breath that you take carries you deeper. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Many of you have breathed that way before. But an additional important thing, when you breathe in through your nose, there's a feeling of coolness on the tip of your nose. Where exactly does that coolness stop? Does it stop at the tip of your nose or back in your throat? You can study that for a second and find the place where the coolness drops away and gives way to warmth. The warmth carries you down into your lungs, and your breath begins to turn around. You get ready to exhale. But for just a moment, there's just a particle of pure silence, a perfect meditative state between the breaths. And as you exhale, allow your exhale breath to exit your mouth. And you'll notice that that air is warmer. Where exactly does the warmth end? Does it end in the back of your throat or over your tongue? Or does it end at your lips? The coolness may begin at your lips. You can study that for a moment and notice that it's focused your mind in a very relaxed place. Very good place where you can drift down even deeper. Just like looking down through a clear pond of water, crystal clear, seeing all of the little things under the surface, seeing things that are deep down in who you truly are. Just look down there for a minute and know that the same thing happens when you gaze into the sky at beautiful white fluffy clouds drifting gently across the landscape of your mind, and go deeper. Check your entire body now, starting with your toes. For any tension, you might want to wiggle your toes a little and then bring them into a comfortable relaxation. Be aware of your feet and the temperature of the air on your feet. And up through your ankles, You can feel any little muscles relax through your lower legs. They may be tired from doing work, or they may be just getting encouraged into activity. And you can just let that go and feel the warmth breathing into them. Your breath oxygenates your whole body and causes beneficial physiological changes that just take you deeper into your center self, up through your legs and hips now, and the vital organs inside you, all of them wonderfully relaxed and enjoying the nurturing, fresh flow of oxygen, nutrients. You have a good heart. You have good lungs, a good liver, kidneys, stomach, all of those vital organs working together, working harmoniously and making your body well and strong. Allow the relaxation to flow up into your neck and shoulders. And you might want to move your shoulders in a tiny circle, not enough to disturb your rest, but just enough to notice where they are. And then you can lay them down and let them relax. The relaxation goes up through your neck, into your head and your face, all those tiny muscles in your face relaxing. And that fresh flow of oxygen and nutrients to your skin helps it to thicken and to iron out any signs of fatigue. It actually helps iron out wrinkles, making your skin smooth and healthy. And you can feel yourself going deeper with every breath, deeper into refreshing and rejuvenating your entire body. You can feel your real self, your true self, stretching. Feel it taking up all of its space. It may have drawn in over a period of time, but now it's free to move, to express itself, and expands out through the top of your head and out through the tips of your toes and fingers. Your true self being your spiritual self. Your spiritual self came into this world with a purpose that you are perfectly suited for. You are always good enough for your purpose because that information has grown in you right along with everything else. You might understand that your face is different, that your face may be just a glowing, beautiful light. When all of the physical things fall away, we realize what a perfect soul we are. And none of the old trauma can come with it. It doesn't belong in the soul. Your soul is good and excellent in every way, without judgment of any kind. It is free and it is loved. In your soul, there is peace. In your soul, there is joy and happiness. In your soul, you awaken to the light of your true nature. What is your true nature? Your true nature is to grow, to learn about love and being loved, to allow your soul to grow, to allow it to be full size and operational in every circumstance. You know of times that you were made to feel not good enough, times when people gave you messages that said that. But in your soul, you know better. In your soul, you understand. They were working out something of their own. It isn't yours to work out. The only person you need to take care of is yourself. And in that caring for self, of course, you care for loved ones. But it's very important that your self care is as important as your care of them. It needs to go both ways. And in your spiritual self, you know that. In your spiritual self, you see how it's a matter of priorities that we need to be strengthened and made whole in ourselves. And then we have more to give others and more to give ourselves. Your soul knows to never believe those messages about not good enough or I can't. The words that echo in your mind are, I can. I can. I can. Because I am. I am. I am everything I am meant to be. I am following the plan of my higher power and know that that plan is perfect. That plan will always guide me, and like a child, sometimes I step off a little, or sometimes I think I know best. Sometimes I fall down, but our higher power is a loving parent beyond any measure of love. Love is complete, and love always seeks to pick you up, to put you back on your feet, maybe give you a little nudge down the right path. Your higher power is the guide and guardian of your spirit. Your spirit and soul is the most important part of you. Most important part. Because it's the place where you're in touch with your higher power. If you feel like you aren't in touch, it's because you need to spend some time giving your higher power access, giving yourself access, reaching out for your higher power and being aware of that guidance and aware of the fact that you, in your soul's perfection, are very much a part of your higher power. Your higher power is connected in all of these beautiful ways. Just like a child takes tentative steps, your higher power lets you take your own steps. But it's always there to steady you. And it's always there saying, look how good you are. Look what a good job you did. You did that job better than anyone else because they weren't here to do it and you were. Wonderful. You are wonderful and amazing. When you look beneath the skin, beneath those old messages that have been written on you, you start to see who you truly are. The only thing that has touched you has been on the surface. And right now, when you push your spiritual self out and let it stretch and grow, you find that you push those old negative messages right off of your body. They just fall to the ground and break into ashes. And you remember to remind yourself of these memories of a healthy, strong soul and go deeper, deeper down. Relax your mind because right here and right now, everything is safe and nothing happens outside the degree of your comfort. Your comfort levels grow as you get stronger and more experiences are free to come in, enriching your life. You stop being afraid and find so many ways to express yourself, so many ways to be who you truly are. Very often, things that we wish are really a wish to be our true self. our genuine nature. Quite often, we wish those things because we have one of those messages in the past. They tried to engrave it on us, but they just wrote it on us that said, not good enough. And you can see that washing away. Just a tiny sprinkle of rain, a tiny sprinkle of water, maybe even a tiny warm breeze blows those messages right away from you. They just dissolve into ash and blow away. There's no reason for you to ever be anything other than who you truly are. But first, you need to find out who that is. Who is that in that inner child? Who are these faces of myself that I see in so many different circumstances? Am I what any of those people said? No, no, because you're right here, right now, and you know it isn't true. What's true is you're a kind and loving person. Maybe you've tried to express that and had it rebuffed. But that was then, and this is now. Now you're a little more careful about who you share your true self with because you deserve to be protected. That's why we get into relationships slowly, so we understand what's happening. And if that's something we want to be a part of, and if we don't want our true self to be involved, then we should move away from that relationship. You'll find that your true feelings give you the energy and the strength to do those things when and if they're needed, because your subconscious always protects you. Every little thing that it does, it's always protecting you. This is a very straightforward group of suggestions. So it reminds you to look around, see what your true beliefs are, see what you truly feel, aside from what anybody else tells you. Who are you really? And then the next question is, are you sure? Because you aren't the same person you were even when we started this imagery. I know that because I know how fast the mind can change. It can happen in a split second just by saying 1, 2, 3, and there it is. the change happens. New thoughts, new ideas, new behaviors, and most of all, the ability to just say, stop, and move forward in a more beneficial lifestyle. Bring that deep benefit with you, deeply into the core of yourself, deeply into the heart of who you are. Deeply into your memories, because some of your memories may need to be changed a little. Those times that you agreed and took blame when it wasn't yours to take. Those times when you took responsibility for things that clearly weren't your responsibility. These things apply especially as a child. You didn't have the power or the control to cause a single thing to happen with an adult. Let me repeat that. As a child, you were without the power and control to cause a single thing to happen with an adult. Think of the things that you're changing now. If it was as easy as what you believed as a child, they would have all been done a long time ago. But in fact, you might have struggled up until this point. You might have still been thinking as a child, and that worked just fine as a child. Maybe it didn't work out well for you, but it worked the best it could because it was what you knew to do. But your happy survival as an adult depends on you doing things differently. Depends on you being responsible for and to yourself. Yourself alone. Your actions and thoughts, activities are really only between you and your higher power. And if you find something that you don't like, you realize now that it's just as simple as saying stop. Stop doing it again. Stop and begin right where you were, right where you are right now. Stop the old thought patterns and start new ones that are healthier, the things that are beneficial to you. You are just fine. You are good enough for anything. And you remember you never have to be perfect. Because who would even judge that? Nobody's perfect. What you need to do is be perfectly human with your mistakes and the things that you change about yourself. Simply because you see them, you can change them. So that's what this journey is. It's about seeing deeply, seeing yourself and understanding how to think your way out of those old patterns and into a new way of life. You may have even studied how to be afraid or sad or angry because you didn't really know how. But now it's different. Now you do know how, and you can stop expecting yourself to learn all at once. We learn things one at a time. We develop new skills and we learn to use those skills one at a time. We learn how to communicate better. We learn how to get our needs met. We learn how to let go of old, outworn things that no longer serve us. It causes clutter in our mind and clutter in our house, and we let them go. Right now, you can imagine the landscape of your mind smoothing out just like a satiny, smooth surface of water, the way it reflects the clouds perfectly. We reflect our higher power. We are that reflection, and you are always good, always doing your best. And if you choose, you can do even better at some things because you've stopped being afraid. Everything comes from either fear or love. Do you act from fear or love? You might imagine whatever the action you're taking is regarding a child. And you know how brave you get. You know how you can defend a child. Even when you couldn't defend yourself, now you can defend a child. And you can defend yourself because there's a child part of you. You never have to yell and argue. It's simply a matter of this is what I choose. This is my truth. This is who I am. And this is what I need. Truth begins to enter in and let you see every angle. You allow yourself to choose to live in your truth and awaken to the light of your true nature. Your face is radiant the way it was before your parents were born. Your soul is beloved and perfect, and you are so special in the eyes of your higher power. Allow these things to radiate outwards and make themselves present in your everyday life. That is who you are. And anything else that interferes, you simply say, stop. You speak it softly to yourself, the same way you'd speak it softly to someone else. Just stop. And you remember every day to do the work. You remember every day to give yourself meditative time. That is the place to feel and experience. That is the place of perfect focus and clarity. You make time for that because otherwise it tends to pop up in your everyday life. You need to address these things, but you only have to address them a few minutes at a time. Being truly present with any issue that you have, letting whatever thoughts come and just letting them go on by. That's the thing. A few minutes every day will bring you all the way home to yourself. A few minutes every day will bring you into health and well being, clarity and focus of thought. Will bring you into knowing that you are good enough and you always have been. Anybody that thought otherwise must have been mistaken, and you can just let them go. That knowledge and these positive and helpful suggestions become a permanent part of your memory. Your subconscious mind remembers them, repeats them clearly and often, because that counteracts the messages you received as a child that you heard often. Simple words: I am and I can. Very simple words. I am, I can. Reminds me of beautiful green meadows and lovely flowers opened in a wide array of colors. Birds singing, sunlight playing over that meadow in your mind. Yes, there is freedom from the past here. There is joy in the present. There's laughter, happiness, and you are entitled to it. When those things come in, you've awakened to the light of your true spirit, your true nature, and you're in a position to give back, to act from love always. As you give back the beneficial thoughts and ideas, that you receive from a universal wisdom instead of the past. Universal wisdom now says, come from love with yourself. Be free. Be at peace. Be happy. Have joy. And awaken to the light of your true nature. You remind yourself often that you are and you can. You better believe it. You are all of those things that you need. And just begin to let that be a solid coat of radiant, glowing light that you put on over your soul and spirit self. And begin to settle back down into your physical body. Settle back down into the vehicle that you've chosen for this life. And that feels just the way it should. As you slip into your physical body and feel your toes, your fingers, it's time to come back now and to bring every positive suggestion and the will to spend time every day, even if it's 2 minutes, every day in every way, getting better and happier, more full of joy because you're learning how one day at a time. And that feels just the way it should. You begin to feel yourself settling onto that welcome surface beneath you. And in just a minute, when I count from 1 to 5, at the count of 5, you can open your eyes wide awake and feeling wonderful in every way. You can open your eyes all the way back in your day-to-day life, but you have changed. You have changed and experienced who you really are. Just fine, good in every way, and better every day. Feel your weight on that welcoming surface beneath you. With the number 1, let all of your weight lie there, resting deeply. With the number 2, just begin to come up. Number 3, feel the need to stretch, to move around a little bit, to enjoy your life. With the number 3, that need to move, the need to be exactly who you are, knowing that that's very different than who you thought you were a minute ago. Because now you're who you truly are, entirely yourself. With the number 4, just feel the need to stretch, move around a little bit. Number 5, just take a deep breath and open your eyes, feeling relaxed, refreshed, and deeply at ease, ready to continue with the rest of your day, and often to think of yourself as I can and I am. Remind yourself to breathe and find where the breath turns around. Know that you can go there anytime you choose, in any place that is appropriate, where you won't be interrupted and you're safe. That feels very good. With the number 5, open your eyes and return to your everyday life, bringing all these positive and helpful suggestions back with you, all the way back, all the way back. Stop recording.